Mo shades, mo money, yeah, mo shades, mo.
Hey Mocha babies, and welcome back to another video. Y'all know it's a story time. So get comfortable, grab your popcorn and grab your Chipotle, grab your food, y'all. Get comfortable and let's get into the story. Okay. So this story time gonna be about the time that I introduced my new friend to my roommate and she stole my new friend card, credit card, debit card, whatever you want to call it. All right, let's get straight into the story. Before we do, make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment, and share the video. Thank you. So this is SpongeBob, our roommate that we have mentioned in previous videos. Okay, so while I was living with SpongeBob, I invited my new friend that I met in theater class, and we started bonding. We started like talking more after class. We started talking during class. Like, you know, that was my girl. We're gonna call my new friend Caribbean. Okay, we're gonna call my new friend Caribbean. And me and Caribbean started hanging out more after our theater class, and we became slightly close. You feel me? Like, I was hanging out with Caribbean like every day after class. Like, we would go to the student center together and we would eat and we would chill. We would even, Caribbean had a car, so like we would even go off campus and get food and like have like our little days together or whatever the case may be. I was living with SpongeBob and I was like, hey Caribbean, like, you know, Caribbean smoke trees, like we smoke trees. And I'm like, you know, you want to come over and like hit a blunt with us or whatever the case may be. Like, you try and smoke trees with us. And Caribbean's like, yeah, like no problem. Like, I need some new friends. Like, I'm fairly new to the campus. Like, and I don't really know too many people. Like, yeah, like I'm trying to meet, you know, new people. So I take her and I introduce her to SpongeBob. And everything lit. Like, we sitting down, we smoking, we talking, like we chilling, doing whatever like we used to do back in the day. Like probably making thrillers, like whatever it was like we doing back in the day, we was doing. Like, you know, talking, recording, like making Snapchats, like we just looking cute, like posting, smoking, like having a ball. We probably ended up cooking. Like, we used to do like so much stuff together. Caribbean stayed there with us for a few times, not like overnight, but like stayed there, you know, the rest of the day with us because we were out of classes and we just like turned up. We probably was drinking, like, you know, we was just doing what college kids do. And Caribbean ended up having to go home. She started coming over a little bit more often once she got comfortable with SpongeBob. And it was a vibe. Like, we would just smoke, we would chill, we would drink, we would go outside, we would talk, like, you know, like it just would be a vibe with us. Like, we'd be all up in the student center, you know, like we just college kids looking cute, going out. We used to conjurate outside with everybody outside in front of the building and stuff like that. Like, it was just lit. And Caribbean started to enjoy coming over and hanging with SpongeBob until Caribbean got this like this little feeling like SpongeBob wasn't like who SpongeBob kind of say she was, or like certain things that SpongeBob would say wouldn't add up to Caribbean. And me and Caribbean started hanging out like more and more and more. Like, I was with Caribbean almost every day. Like, I started calling Caribbean my best friend. Like, we was like this, you feel me? Like, we smoking together, like we going out, we going get food, like we going shopping, like we doing all this. Introduced Caribbean to my grandmother. Like, Caribbean was a very cool girl. Like, you know, she had a good head on her shoulders. Like, you know, that was my girl. And SpongeBob was my girl too. You feel me? I lived with SpongeBob. Like, SpongeBob was lit. She was a vibe. Like, she was definitely there when I needed her emotionally. Like, SpongeBob was definitely like that girl. She just had a few flaws, like we all do. Like, you know, a few flaws. So Caribbean came over again to SpongeBob in my dorm, and you know, it was just another lit session. We probably chilled in the living room, smoked, cooked again. And we wouldn't just be like in our room, like we would be in other people's rooms too. Like it was like that type of building. Like if you knew people, you was all up, you in everybody's room. Like it's a family affair, you feel me? Like I had coworkers at the time that lived in the building, so I'm over there. I'm interested in Caribbean knew my coworkers and stuff too. Like so like it was a cool little vibe. Like we hanging out with everybody. Like we was vibing. One day Caribbean comes over. SpongeBob is like telling us like all of this stuff like that's going on with her, and like how she just would, you know, like want to like consult and like a sidekick and like stuff like that. Like she just telling us things that she would want to do because like it's so much like chaos and stuff like going on in her life. So me and Caribbean looking at each other like, because Caribbean is Caribbean and I'm African, and we don't deal with like psychics and like all of that stuff. So we really just like thrown off a little bit, and we like, no, like ain't nobody telling me about my life but God. You feel me? Like that's the only Allah, that's the only person that is allowed to tell me something that's going on with my life or something that I should be worried about in my life. You feel me? Like, and if he's not, or if Allah's not telling you what, you know, needs to be told, you need to do something to correct that. Like take some time by yourself. You feel me? God does his best when you're alone. Okay. And I had to take this the hard way. You got to start learning when God is showing you them signs and letting you know this is not for you. This is not the friendship for you. This is not the relationship for you. I'm putting you through all of these trials and tribulations for you to see that this is not the place for you to be. This is not where you are meant to be, and this is not where your blessings are going to come from if you continue to stay here. So, you know, we looking at each other like, girl, what? A psychic? Like, no, like I have never wanted to like consult a psychic or anything like that. The most I have is a therapist. Like I would tell my therapist everything before I tell like a psychic. It's a no for me. So we just listening. Of course, that was like what we did with SpongeBob. Like SpongeBob would say so many different things that you would just have to listen, and just take it all in and let it process and think about it. And you start being like, wait, that don't make sense. Like that don't make that's not adding up. Me and Caribbean are in class and we're like talking, and Caribbean is like, my card, like I don't know if I left it at your place like with y'all or like if I lost it, but it's like all these random charges that's like coming up on my card. Like what's going on? And keep in mind, I let y'all know that Caribbean had came over multiple times and chilled with me and SpongeBob. Like personally, like we smoked, we chilled, we talked, we probably cooked, like we had a ball. We might have had some drinks, and it could have been likely that Caribbean had left some of her stuff and just dipped because we was lit, like, you know, in class, and we just talking, and I'm like, what? Like, okay, I'll ask SpongeBob, did she see it? Because I didn't see anything, but also I don't be in the room like that, as I previously told y'all. Like, I don't really be in the room as much as I probably should have, so I don't see what I probably should see. Like I didn't see anything, so I'm letting her know. So we call in the car. We're like, keep in mind, like after Caribbean had left, like SpongeBob ordered us a pizza. Like SpongeBob was like, yeah, like I got this little unexpected money from out of nowhere. Like I ordered us a pizza. Like told y'all, she was telling us about the sidekick. So me and Caribbean after class, we get in the car, we all call in the credit card company, and we're like, yeah, like somebody is using this and I can't find it. Like it's not me making these transactions. Like I need to figure out who's making these transactions, because it gotta be somebody from campus, or it gotta be somebody that we know, or like somebody in the vicinity of us. It can't just like, yeah, like something not seeming right here. Like something is not adding up. Something's not adding up. Like, hold on. something's not adding up. Ma'am, SpongeBob. So I go back to the dorm room and I'm like, SpongeBob, Caribbean can't find, like, I think it was like 2 cards or something like that, and like an ID or something like that. Like Caribbean can't find her like 3 cards, her 2 credit cards and her ID, her identification card. Like, have you seen it? SpongeBob was like, no ma'am. No ma'am. Nothing was left in this room. Nothing was left in this room. Nothing. Bomba clot. Nothing at all. So that's my roommate. So I'm taking it. I'm telling num. I'm like, bet. Caribbean, she said nothing was in the room. She said she cleaned it. She looked in the living room. She looked in the bathroom. She looked in the kitchen. She looked everywhere because, as y'all know, I'm a victim of someone taking something from me. Okay, so I'm looking like, yeah, we're gonna look everywhere because that's what I wanted that dude to do. I wanted him to look everywhere when my stuff got lost, when my stuff got taken. Okay, I wanted you to look in the bathroom. I wanted you to look in the sink. I wanted you to look in the toilet. I wanted you to look under the bed, on top of the bed, on the side of the bed. I wanted you to look everywhere. Do you hear me? Yeah. So I'm cleaning that joint out. I'm looking everywhere in that joint. I'm just like, yeah, what could it be? Like, if it was me, I would be salty. Like, I would be in my feelings. Like, these are people that I trusted. I came over to chill with them. I got comfortable. I got vulnerable with them. And I left my stuff. And that is something that I don't play with. I don't play when it comes to respect on my name. You feel me? No, you're not going to take that respect from me. From me? So me and Caribbean hop on the call, whatever. I'm sitting right in the car with Caribbean. We calling the credit card people. I'm like, she like, yeah, what's the ending number that's making these purchases, and what are the purchases? So the person's like, yeah, they made a purchase
for pizza. They made a purchase to see 3 or 4 psychics. I think some
online psychic thing. And me and Caribbean turn around so fast and look at each other like, did that
lady say a psychic? Did that lady say a psychic?
So then the lady come back to the phone talking about something, yeah, and the numbers ended 4. We like, that's the ending to SpongeBob's number. Let me find out SpongeBob took your car and it's up and it's stuck. Like, Caribbean was so mad. Like, to this day, like, me and Caribbean like fell off for a little bit, but like not like badly or anything. Like, life just gets busy. We got older. Like, we took different paths, but now like me and Caribbean are like back, like communicating and talking. And she was like, you need to do that story when SpongeBob stole my credit cards and lied to my face. She was making purchases of pizza and sidekicks and all that. And I'm just like, wow. Like, y'all, when I tell y'all, it's gonna be so many more videos about SpongeBob. And it's not even like because I hate the girl. I don't. Like, SpongeBob was very, very nice. Like, she helped me out in a time when I needed it. Like, I felt like she was always there for me. But the things that SpongeBob did not match her personality. Like, did not match who I knew her to be. Like, it was just like, why didn't you just ask us for what you needed or something like that? Like, why would you steal my friend,
my new friend that I invited over to our room, credit card?
Like, why would you do that? And then you over here buying sidekicks, and then you mentioned sidekicks to us though. Like, that's what really gave you away. Like, how you sat there and talk about some. Have y'all ever considered looking at sidekicks and listen? No man, but you had, but not on your dime, on my friend dime. Like, how dare you? Like, And when we figured that out, we tried to confront her, and she was like still denying it. Like, girl, you cannot deny what the people gave us. They gave us your number, and they gave us the purchases that you made, which you had confirmed when you told us that you was looking into psychics, and you ordered us that pizza. Like, how dare you? I would have never ate that pizza if I would have known that you got that from my friend's card. Like, that was so messed up in my opinion. I was just like, oh no, oh no. And I wonder how SpongeBob doing to this day, but child, SpongeBob was a lot, like a lot. And I think my friend Caribbean ended up getting like refunds back from that stuff, because she reported it as fraud, and you should rightfully so, to buy pizza and psychics. That don't make sense at all. SpongeBob, you know you're dead wrong. If you're watching this video, you know you dead wrong, but it's all love. I'm telling y'all, it's all love. Thank y'all so much for tuning into my 5th story time. And if y'all liked it, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and make sure to share this bad baby. Thank y'all so much, Mocha babies.